whatever your first thought is, that is your intuition. The second you start overthinking, that is no longer your intuition. Tap ourselves on the beat of the song, like clap. The second the clap came, I heard nothing. So we were all slapping our hands so hard that like you could feel the heat, you could feel the tingling. So that is basically concentrating your energy. So another way to test if you're in that frequency is before you do all of this, you do a little game with your hands. Thumb and pinky, and then together, and then switch it.
Oh my God, you got it.
So if you're able to get the right brain, the waves, and the left brain waves to be on the same frequency, and then catch the first thought of your intuition, that is where the best decision lies.
Get ready for the next iteration of you on your path to becoming wealthy. On this show, you'll get the insider's view on wealth creation, the class none of us got taught in school, with my co-host, daughter, and beginning investor, Sophia Bosch. And now, let's get started.
Welcome to the Becoming Wealthy podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Bosch. I'm here with my co-host,
Michelle Bosch. Excited to be back.
I know.
So, Sophia, I know that we wanted to talk about decision making today, and how really the decisions that we make are, to a large degree, what is going to kind of like decide our destiny, decide our life. There's going to be important decisions as to, who do you marry, where do you go to school, what career to go for, and just like, okay, what am I having for dinner tonight? You're going to have those kinds of decisions as well. Or do I go to
But it's the big decision.
No, but even the small ones. Do I go to the gym today or do I skip it? Because those small decisions every single day also add up and have incredible compound effects.
Yeah.
Right? But I know that you wanted to share a little bit about an experience that you had last week in school where they were teaching you about intuition-based decision-making. Can you tell us what that was?
It was less well, it incorporated intuition,
Okay.
but it was, so you have your left brain and your right brain.
Uh-huh.
One is your logical side and one is your more creative side.
Correct.
Some people only use their logical side to make decisions and not their emotional side.
Mm-hmm.
And some people only use their emotional side. And either way can lead you to it leads you to decisions, but it doesn't lead you to the best possible decision for you.
Okay.
You need to be able to somehow combine the two halves.
The logical and the creative.
Yeah. In order to get to the same wavelength.
Okay.
So the logical...
What do you mean by the wavelength?
Like your more logical side is going to be a little... Like the waves are going to be a small ripple.
Like, did they show you scans in school of the brain, basically? Like, how do you know that these little brain or these little waves or
they kind of just explained it.
Okay, keep going.
The right brain has, or right,
left brain.
Yeah, left brain is the logical. Else, it's small waves because you're thinking logically, so you're not gonna have that much variation as emotion. So emotion, you will for sure have ups and downs.
Okay.
But
is emotion the same as intuition though? Because I think emotions can also mask intuition, especially because there's emotions like fear that could really...
Well, here's the thing. The emotions... That is your other part of the brain, and then throughout the front of your brain, I'm pretty sure they said
frontal cortex.
Frontal cortex.
Yeah.
Split second decision making is your intuition. That's how it is. Whatever your first thought is, that is your intuition. The second you start overthinking, that is no longer your intuition.
That's your left brain.
So if you're able to get the right brain, the waves, and the left brain waves to be on the same frequency, and then catch the first thought of your intuition, that is where the best decision lies.
For you specifically.
For you
now,
specifically
how do you get those
things
things to align?
So there's a couple different ways. So this is your solar plexus, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If this is tight, that's not gonna be good.
Okay. So what are
So
some things that you can do to
you
ease that?
tap it.
Uh-huh. Okay, tapping. I've heard about tapping for just nervous nervous system regulation.
Yeah,
Yes?
smacking your legs
Okay.
or behind your knees
Okay.
works,
Okay.
or on your knees too.
Uh-huh.
So it's
An
basically
assessment that it should be happening, like, okay, I feel a
No.
certain way, or you just do it before you decide to make a decision?
yeah, or you could do it. Typically, it's recommended to do it every single day,
Okay.
just to continue being on that.
Oh, okay. It's something like where you're priming your system to always
Yeah.
be in this optimal condition where
Exactly.
these two things are being aligned. Okay.
So, and then you have your chest.
Uh-huh.
So you can tap on your chest.
Okay.
And if this is sore right around here,
Uh-huh.
and not just from working out or whatever,
Uh-huh.
that you have a lot of tension
Uh-huh.
that needs to be resolved before you can make a good decision. And then on your forehead and around your head, if you're somewhat sensitive on your forehead,
Uh-huh.
that is also not, like, you need to relax. And so other ways of relaxing is putting on music. And so what they had us do was put on music and blindfold us.
Okay.
And so we could see no one in the room. It was just us, like, ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And she put on music. She's like, okay, bounce your knees, like, get into it, like, start letting loose a little bit. And then she had us, like, basically slap ourselves, like, all around.
Yeah.
Tap ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And then on the beat of the song, like, clap.
Uh-huh.
And she asked us to clap as loud as we could.
Uh-huh.
And to the point where I couldn't even hear her speak anymore. I knew she was speaking because I would catch some words between the claps.
Uh-huh.
But the second the clap came, I heard nothing. So we were all slapping our hands so hard that they were, like, you could feel the heat, you could feel the tingling. So that is basically concentrating your energy.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So then she had us sit down with our blindfolds.
Uh-huh.
And she had us hold our hands together.
Mm-hmm.
And we could feel the energy. We could feel it. We could stretch it. So this is where our energy lies.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had us spread it on our body.
Okay.
And so we would understand.
Uh-huh.
And so another way to test,
like absorb that
absorb
energy.
it.
Yeah.
And
that would basically kind of like get basically those brain waves that she was describing to kind of like be in the same frequency.
And so another way to test if you're in that frequency is before you do all of this, you do a little game with your hands. So it's the thumb pinky. If you're able to move your thumb and your pinky, like, quickly.
What?
Yeah. Is it hard?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, no. Thumb and pinky.
Thumb and which?
Thumb and pinky. Obviously, this is not. And then you would.
Obviously, I'm just
Yeah. Okay, thumb and pinky, and then together, and then switch it.
Oh my God.
You got it. Yeah. So switch it. Yeah. No, you didn't get it. So if you can't do this before, then once you're in that stage, she asked us all to do it, and all of a sudden we could all do it easily.
Oh my God. That's fantastic, Sophia.
It was crazy. So that's a way of, like, actually tangibly seeing the
result of your work. Basically doing that little kind of like assessment before. And then, okay, am I in a good... It would even be great, not even for decision making exclusively,
but health-wise, everything.
Health-wise, and before you're about to start a project, or before you start a paper,
or
studying,
100%.
or maybe even a test.
Plus, she also said, making like, putting together your left and right brain. A lot of people in the world are right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be that people that were left-handed would be shamed and would be forced to be right-handed.
Yeah.
So that means if many people are right-handed, everyone's right hand or in the energy flow
Uh-huh.
works a certain way.
Uh-huh.
And you're more dominant on your right hand.
Yeah.
So there is an imbalance now.
Yeah.
So if you realize, oh, I can't write with my left hand, I can't even catch a football, I can't do that, I can't do anything with my left side, that means you're super imbalanced.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that like she even had us do certain things where she's like, okay, stand on your leg
Mm-hmm.
and put out your like put one leg out
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and turn your head one way. And she's like, okay, other side. Wait, but first note, which side did you do? Were you standing on your left or your right leg? Your body always, its instinct is to always do what's easiest first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so once we went through the whole thing
Uh-huh.
and we were sitting there and we were very mindful,
Mm-hmm.
getting to that state of just calm and being with our own
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, even like practicing doing nothing, basically.
Sensing your
Sensing-
sensations in your
Exactly.
body and getting in tune with your kind of like your inner world.
She had us do it again and she's like, which one felt easier or harder? And we're like, a lot of us said they feel the same now.
Okay.
So it's like we balanced our bodies out.
Okay. Okay. And did she say if it was a recommendation at the beginning of the day when you feel a little bit off, or
She's like, she recommends it to her children to do it before a test or anything you find stressful. She does it herself every single day just for herself.
okay?
But if you don't, ideally that's what you should do. But if you don't have that discipline or whatever, or learn to have that discipline, 1 or 2, if you don't,
yeah.
just do it when you truly need it.
Okay. Okay. What were another
Another
things that she did to kind of like relax you and kind of like induce that state? So one of them was kind of like dancing, you know, while
Yeah.
blindfolded.
And then we sat with our blindfold still, and we all sat up straight,
Uh-huh.
and
That reminds me of good posture.
we all just sat there and did nothing. She's like, try and get all the thoughts out of your mind, and just practice doing nothing, because in this day and age, we're constantly doing something. We're constantly multitasking. Phone. You're constantly doing
Uh-huh.
something.
Exactly.
And practicing doing nothing is
And
just
fit it
as
with
valuable
Yeah.
as doing something.
Okay. Okay.
And so another way that she put it all together
Uh-huh.
is, you know the equation E equals MC squared?
Yeah. Energy equals mass.
Energy.
Yeah.
So in order to get more energy,
Uh-huh.
one of the two variables has to change.
Yeah.
M, she says, is your mass. So you, your body, your physical, emotions, everything.
Uh-huh.
C squared is context.
Okay.
So it's you in an environment.
Yeah.
So how she tested that is she had one of the tallest people in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed a sticky note and she asked him to put it as high as he could on the wall.
Okay.
As high as he could, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so he only had enough energy to put it high.
Yeah.
Then she's like, okay, everyone else, cheer for him this time. Like, hype him up. And so we all started cheering. And then all of a sudden, he stuck the next sticky note a little bit higher.
Okay.
And so basically what happened is we gave him more energy. So
Okay.
we added more context
Exactly.
so that he could produce more energy.
Wow. I love this.
So the context is the more logical, or is the response, I guess. And the mass yourself is the emotions, the
Yeah.
right brain, the
Yeah.
more creative.
Yeah.
And so that equals all energy.
Oh wow, amazing. Yeah. You know, I've heard a lot about, and we I think had one of our guests talk about, you know, more I would say living your life in more of a feminine flow versus a masculine flow, and that masculine flow being much more about, you know, logic and critical analysis, and the other one being much more like emotional or more than anything intuitive or listening to, what the emotion is trying to tell me behind that first instinct kind of like,
Yeah.
but I had never heard anyone really bringing them together to kind of like,
And then to catch.
I know about nervous system regulation because there is, this modality of
Yeah, you tap yourself. That's your nervous system.
basically the nervous system down.
Oh, and the final thing I forgot to add before I lose it. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
She had us with our blindfolds. Once we had gotten into that state, press our eyes.
Okay.
And so when you press your eyes, if you're pressing not too hard, but also like put some pressure, you should start seeing like your nerves, waves, colors, different designs, something. That is you actually seeing your nervous system, you seeing the waves start being consistent.
Okay. I've been able actually.
I don't know if you do that. Maybe when you're stressed, you sit there on the table and you press your eyes. That is your body's instinct to regulate your nervous system.
Okay.
That's why people do that.
Okay.
Apparently. I learned.
So now, how have you been applying it since then? Have you been applying it at all? Like what?
I had a quiz today.
Okay.
I had a French quiz. So I did do some taps. And like on the knees, on the legs, inner thigh to, or like all of that will
to help you. And
Yeah.
What do you think? How did it go? Like, did you?
I feel like those taps for me make me get out of my head and make me just focus on, I'm that sounds bad, but like hitting myself, like I'm tapping myself. I feel the response, so I'm not in my head about it. I'm just feeling my body.
Yeah, feeling your body, kind of like
Basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting.
It was very interesting.
Most of us spend most of our lives and most of our world is up here, like thoughts, and like.
But getting back into your body is
Yeah.
And taking care of the body is also.
Even for making even more heart-based decisions.
Yeah.
Then, it's getting rid of like just being up here and tuning into here as well.
Yeah.
And making those, kind of like you said, connect those two.
Yeah.
Left brain and right.
It was very interesting. Lines connect. And the lady, Dr. Kaibara, she's a medical doctor.
Okay.
Too. And so me personally, I've only seen one side and medical doctor on the other, like spiritual side and medical doctor, but combining the two for the health to get to optimal health. I've never seen that done, and I've really enjoyed it. All my friends too afterwards were like, we feel so good, we feel so relaxed, we were like, we just feel content and present and happy, like happy to be here.
I think there's a convergence that is happening between, I would say, what would be considered like spiritual and science, and the more that we, with technology, we are able to kind of like, I guess, really measure, the effects of things on our brain, on our nervous system, that those two are becoming not as two, I would say, separate islands, but becoming one and understanding each other more, so that we can actually live better lives and live more artfully, I think, just in general. Can feel better. So wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Sophia, for just teaching us a little bit about that, nervous system regulation, and how it's helped you right now already with taking a test, with hopefully with taking important decisions that might seem stressful.
Yeah, exactly. So like her biggest thing, because in that room it was juniors and seniors.
Okay.
So for us juniors, we're applying to college, or some of the seniors haven't committed to a college yet, and the deadline is coming up. It's May something.
Yeah.
So they have a big decision to make.
Don't make it at a peak. Don't make it in the valley. Do it when you're feeling like in equilibrium.
Yeah.
Where everything is.
So we have constantly decisions have to be made. especially bigger long-term decisions. It isn't like we talked about before. It isn't just like, oh, I need to do this in order to make the due date, or like short-term quick. Like it doesn't actually make you critically think about what I have to do. This is going to be a decision that will affect you for the next 4 years.
Correct. Yes.
So in terms of that, but also in spotting misinformation or fake news, like being in that equilibrium will help you differentiate between.
I like how she brought that in,
Mhm.
tied that in as well.
Because we're constantly seeing a bunch of crap on our social medias, and you don't know if it's true or false. So if you're able to be in that equilibrium, like,
But did
you're
she talk
a-
about, did she
you
talk
might
about
get
fact checking or?
yeah, so there's fact checking, but she also brought up a picture. It's like, it's one of those pictures where there's no right answer to what you see. You might see an old woman, you might see a young woman, you might see a dog, like so there's constantly different perspectives, and there's always a different part to the story.
Okay.
So just you thinking something, you only seeing something, someone else can see it something different.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
realizing that other people may also have different perspectives and being aware of that.
Okay. So then this nervous
So she
system
tried a bunch of
regulation to help you basically have a little bit more of an open mind and understanding,
exactly.
especially in a world right now where everyone seems so divided and so on polar opposites.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
That's very valuable.
Very valuable. Well, thank you so much. Any last minute advice that you would have for someone, a situation that maybe she talked about or that you've encountered since you've been practicing this where it was helpful to do this?
She has done it every day, and she feels the physical benefits of her having more energy, being a better mother to her children. Just she's seen the effects, and she hasn't stopped since she's felt the effects of it.
Can I say, what do you think it made her such an effective speaker? Like, it seems like you guys really enjoyed that. Do you think that she may have done some of the?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. It sounds like it, that she was really able to connect with you guys.
Plus, her children, her 3 children. One just went to college last year. One's, I think, a senior in college, and one's a senior in high school.
Okay.
So she understands us and the position we are in currently.
Okay. Yeah.
So having that empathy, but I know for a fact she has done that. Like,
Before, yeah. Her ability to connect, and of course, her background.
yeah, she did start off by saying,
But
I'm a
like
medical
ability.
doctor. Then after that, I became a lawyer. So I come with many different skill sets and ways of thinking that help her communicate, I
And
think.
present this, and so that it really had home, because I know you were super excited to talk about this.
It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Especially the manipulation of the energy, having your blindfolded. I talked with other people, and they're like, yeah, I felt like I was stretching it. Even out here, I could feel the energy stretching, and manipulating it. They thought it was so wild.
Yeah. Yeah, just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you know from physics now,
Yeah.
there's a lot of forces in
Yep.
in a world that are
Stored
natural-
energy.
exactly, that are happening, whether you see them or not, they're still there. So great, Sophia. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm learning just as much as, it's a two-way of I would say, creating generational legacy and teaching each other lessons. So thank you so much for today. And if you enjoyed today's show, give us a 5-star review. Share with another entrepreneur in your life that might be needing some of these things to help them make the next big decision, or just to live a more artful life, on an everyday basis. Thank you very much, and until the next one.